this motion, ably moved by distinguished Senator Oluremi Tinubu. Maybe, Mr. President, our distinguished senator is at the center of the trading in cosmetics in Nigeria, which is Lagos. So she's very conversant with some of the observations that she has raised here. Mr. President, from a professional point of view, cosmetics generally are preparations that we call creams, we call lotions, we call solutions, and ointments. Mr. President, this group of products, the way they are marketed in Nigeria, because a lot of the users, both male and female, in Nigeria do not know their contents. Because they do not know their contents, they use them just for the basis of using as cosmetic products for their skin. Mr. President, I want to say that even the era of Fela Razon Kuti, when he talked about the bleaching lady, very many persons did not even know that there was a need to bring the awareness to the users of cosmetics. Any product, both of our cosmetics have what we call hydroquinone. And it is sounded very clear that all cosmetics too must carry the percentage or the content of hydroquinone in them. Any one that is more than 2% has a bleaching tendency. And that is what you see. So most of them, they do not know that anything that has more than that 2% hydroquinone now has a bleaching characteristic. So this is the problem. Whether it is an ointment, whether it is a cream, whether it is a lotion or whatever it is, once you have that inclusion, then the tendency to damage your skin over the time is there. So you see that the use of the product is majorly out of ignorance. Let us come to the marketing aspect of cosmetics in Nigeria. If you go to the biggest market, which is Balogun Market in Lagos, these creams are being traded in by people who do not have the knowledge. They bring them in batches, and the market is regulated by 2 or 3 people. If you have 2 or 3 importers that bring in cosmetics to Nigeria, they take them in batches. They say, okay, keep your own in the warehouse. We will finish Mr. A's.
Please distinguish, you may round up.
Therefore, there is the need for regulation. That is why I'm supporting this motion. NAFDAC now needs to go deeply into the market, get these products. No one should get into our market without going through the proper evaluation of knowing their content, so that they will know the ones that can go into our market and the ones that cannot go into our market. So I support it, that NAFDAC should be up and doing, stand up to its responsibility to ensure that all cosmetic products that come into Nigeria are properly regulated.
Okay. Distinguished Senator.
Distinguished colleagues, my name is Najulidan Ekudifiyom. Mr. President, I come from Anambra State. Mr. President, I support to commend my sister. I stand to commend my sister on this beautiful motion she has moved this morning. Mr. President, NAFDAC seems to have focused more of its oversight attention on food, drugs, medical services, bottled water, and chemicals, that the proper monitoring of the cosmetic sector is left to suffer in the hands of quacks. Mr. President, when you enter some of the cosmetic shops in Nigeria to get some of these creams, you won't see the contents being labeled on top of the bottles or cans or whatever. Mr. President, I think this motion is a wake-up call for NAFDAC to sit up and do the needful by ensuring they have proper oversight on cosmetic sector of the of the economy. Mr. President, I am so worried because most of the women suffer more when it comes to the issue of quack or inferior cosmetics being sold in our markets. I am particularly worried because some of the women have been disfigured one way or the other because of inferior cosmetics being sold in Nigerian market. Some have had their skin being destroyed, some of their fingers being destroyed, some of their faces being disfigured. Mr. President, I feel that the fraudulence of not displaying the contents and dates, expiration dates of these products have gone a long way in affecting the women and even some of our men in the way and manner they are being used. And the lack of proper regulation in this regard too is making the producers of these products have a field day and display their product confidently without fear. So, Mr. President, I support this and hope that NAFDAC will take the right step in ensuring that the cosmetics that are being displayed are the right ones, and also to ensure that the ones that are being imported are regulated. I support this, Mr. President.
Senator Biodun Olujimi.
My name once again, Biodun Olujimi. I represent Ekiti South. Mr. President, looking good is big business in Nigeria. And unlike the past, there are no ugly women any longer in Nigeria, just like there are no ugly men. And the reason is simple: the proliferation of cosmetics into Nigeria. For now, cosmetics comes from all over the world, and they all carry labels, but the labels are not useful to Nigerians because we do not know what they stand for. And because we do not know what they stand for, you will find that most of the beautiful women and men you see around have underneath eczematous conditions, burns, all sorts of melanoma problems, and they're just covered up in pastes and in beautiful cosmetics. And at the end of it all, they go home and suffer in silence. NAFDAC, being the regulator, like everyone has said, needs to sit up and ensure that there is standardization. The biggest problem is that we don't have standards. Everyone can bring in anything they believe in, and we will use them. In fact, the business of beautification is now big business in Nigeria. No woman goes out without inviting a cosmetologist to come and do the painting, and of course, you must look flawless at every party. But you see, we do not know what is used for all of us. The time has come for NAFDAC to sit up and ensure that the regulation is stiff. And also the fact that we must sensitize our women and the men that are bleaching on the ills. I remember in those days when bleaching was in vogue, the federal government decided to ask NOAA to sensitize everybody on the ills of bleaching. The time has come to do that again. We must help ourselves by ensuring that cosmetics are standardized and regulated. So I support this motion, and I pray that we all support it in the interest of womanhood and, of course, the few men that are used to cosmetics. Thank you very much.
Is anybody against the motion? We'll go to the prayers. Prayer 1, mandate the Committee on Health to investigate the procedures in place for certification on quality and safety of cosmetics and propose a way forward for accountability. Those in favor of prayer 1 say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Up to its duty of regulating importation, formulation, and sale of cosmetics within Nigeria. Those in favor of prayer 2 say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Prayer 3, direct the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, to maintain a product-based database showing name and address of manufacturers and ingredients list. Those in favor of this prayer say aye. Those against any ayes. Prayer 4, mandate NAFDAC to embark on sensitization and awareness campaign on the use of these harmful substances. Those in favor of this prayer say aye. Those against any ayes. Prayer 5, direct the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, and the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Council, FCCPC, to collaborate towards ensuring the tracking of consumer injury. Those in favor of this prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Thank you. Leader of the Senate.